and gentlemen, welcome to day 2 of the Canadian Ring Out Championships here in Ottawa. It's our U16 game, AA. We have Team Ontario versus the Waterloo Wildfire. These two teams pretty familiar with each other. Ontario, also known as the Nepean Ravens, have faced off against Waterloo several times this year. Nepean taking the series, I believe, 3-1. Looking for an exciting match today. We'll get underway here in a few minutes as fans just roll in. Refs are just getting on the ice, so we'll be a few more minutes. Team Ontario in the reds today, their home team. The Waterloo Wildfire wearing the whites, the visitors. A little shout out to our sponsors before we get underway here. Name me off a few. Thanks to Ottawa Tourism, again, for helping put this week together. Big week. Government of Ontario, RBC Wealth Management, Booster Juice, McNally Gervais LLP, and Athena. Just some of our sponsors we'll announce over the course of the game. A couple more minutes, we'll get underway. Just getting the warm-ups done. Sold out crowd here. Very exciting game we should have here on display today. Waterloo coming in 0-2, looking for getting the win column. Team Ontario 2-1. Looking to extend their success so far this week in the round robin, 5-game round robin. Very exciting game on the other stream. If you haven't had a chance, check out the West Ottawa Lac St. Louis game on the other stream. Very exciting game. I believe West Ottawa was leading 7-4 at one point. That game will be coming due soon. Bands are still rolling in here. Another minute or so, we'll get underway. Warm-ups are done, whistles are blown, teams are going to get to the bench here, and we'll start here in just a minute or two. It should be an exciting matchup. Starting in goal for Team Ontario is David Thompson. Mills. Starting in goal for Waterloo is Blair McDonald. Waterloo visiting in the whites. They'll start with the ring. Ref's just making an adjustment quickly here to the nets. The moorings, make sure they're on good. And one fell out there. They'll just correct that, and we'll be underway here shortly. All right, nets look good. Here we go, folks. Day 2, U16 Wildfire versus Team Ontario. Wildfire with the entry. That's down low. Oh, great save by Thompson, by Ava. That's going to be goalie ring. Stick in the crease, it looks like. That's a drop pass to Riddell. That's going to be up hard to neutral zone. We got a breakaway. Riddell over to Shula, just hits the side of the net. Does get the reset. Sorry, that was Emmy Allen. That's Maddie Emery there on number 4. That's Michaela, number 5 with the ring. Looking for an alley, looking for some daylight. Has nothing. She'll turn, has 8 seconds on the clock. She's looking for it. Just wide of the net, no reset. 2 seconds on the clock here. That'll be a goalie ring for Waterloo. Waterloo up to center. Up to neutral zone, that's Peyton Ward with the ring, going in, passing it in on the offense. 7 on the shot clock for Waterloo. And we got a whistle. Nets off the moorings. Might see that a few times today, hopefully not. Refs will give that one back to Waterloo. They'll get a fresh 30 on the offense. Refs doing a little maintenance here to the net. Seems to be a little problematic. Sometimes you see these things, but they're pretty good at doing this type of work, so we'll just let them get those moorings in. Ava helping out on the moorings. Looks like we're ready to go. For Waterloo, minute and a half into the game, no score. Waterloo with the ring in the offense. Peyton Ward cycling. Drop pass to number 7. That's going to be Friela Holland. That's a drop to Ward. Ward looking for daylight. Goes to center. Tries the one-timer to a partner. Can't quite get it. 6 on the clock for Waterloo. Ontario is going to come out with that. Up the center. That's going to be a carryover, so they're going to give that one to Ontario. That's 2 line. You can't touch it on both sides of the line. Or that's a turnover, and that's what we saw there now. So that'll be a center ice free ring for Ontario. Charlotte McIntyre on carrying the ring, trying to find her way through. She does. Up to, looks like Riddell. Riddell shoots right on. The goalie makes a great save. McDonald saw it all the way. Lawrence shoots it out to center. That's a 2-liner. Ontario D picks that up. He passed back to Riddell, who's going to look for some light. Up to the D, up to center, but goes off the skates of a partner. That's going to be a move it or lose it. And that's going to go to Waterloo. No score here. Almost 3 minutes into the first. Oh, excuse me, they're going to give that one to Ontario. I thought that was a Waterloo ring, but it looks like it's an Ontario ring. That's going to be up to Michaela Carbonetti, number 5. Shoots, scores! Michaela Carbonetti takes a pass in with speed, puts it 5-hole, and Claire McDonald gives Ontario an early 1-0 lead. Great shot, low hard shot, managed to find its way through. That's Waterloo into the offense. Ring bouncing, and they respond real fast. Waterloo wastes no time to tie this game up. That's a goal by number 6, Nicole Gardosh. Just over 3 minutes. We're tied at 1. That's Devin Elliott carrying it in up to the ringette in the zone to Mackenzie Miller. Mackenzie, drop pass for Shula. Shula's going to cut across center. She's looking. Goes off the skate. Waterloo's going to come out with that. Don't know what the call was there, but they're going to give that one back to Ontario. Might have been through the crease. The 5-second violation, player through the crease. They blew that one right away. So Ontario with the free ring. That's Shula over to Miller. As Shula, drop pass to Shula. Ruby Barton creeping in front. Back to Shula. Intended, comes out of the ringette line. Up to center. Going to be a penalty against Ontario. Waterloo goalie's coming out. Waterloo going deep. Waterloo can go forward, and now their goalie's off. So it looks like they'll set up the square. Cross ice. Waterloo capitalizes it, buries it. They don't waste time. That's a goal by Charlotte Duffy-Lazari. That'll make it 2-1 Waterloo. The fans getting real excited here. Charlotte McIntyre cutting across. That's over to Maddie Emery, drops it for, can't quite see who that is. That's going to be, I believe that might be Isabel Baker. That's a drop pass. Shot gets blocked from Riddell. Ref's calling for a reset. Maddie Emery picks that up. Maddie gets taken down. Riddell drops back to Maddie. Maddie shoots, just off a defense, goes wide. Riddell's right out in front. Picks up a loose ring, couldn't quite get the shot off. Riddell has Emmy Allen with her. Ontario doing a line change. 15 on the shot clock for Ontario. Riddell asking for... There it is! Number 5 scores again. Michaela's second of the game. Ties it up. Michaela's second of the game. We're tied at 2. Just over halfway through the first. Waterloo back on the offense. Can't quite handle the loose ring. Michaela's going to pick that up in the defensive zone. She's going to look for a play here. She's got a play. Cross ice pass. I think that's going to be Nia Cardi picking that up on D. Michaela quite can't handle that one, so that's going to come out to center. But in Ontario gets it right back, and they're right back on the offense. Michaela going to slow it down. 20 on the shot clock. Backhand pass. Intended for Ella Gobrel. Waterloo out to center. They're looking deep. They're looking to stretch out the defense. Ella's going to pick out that attempted pass. Goes cross ice to her partner. Mackenzie Miller's going to pick that up. She gets it in deep to Avery Shula. Avery drops it back to Mackenzie. Drop back to Avery. Picked off by Peyton Ward. Back over to defensive partner Pickett. Ward going up deep. They want to stretch it out. Tied at 2 here. Just about 6.5 minutes into the first. Waterloo throws it up on goal, but it gets hit by the defense. That's going to be up for Riddell. That's going to be a 2-liner, so they got to let that go. Ontario gets to pick it up in the offensive zone. Waterloo touched it. Drop past to Maddie. Maddie Emery cycling behind the net. Got some speed. She's looking for an entryway. Maddie shoots. Goalie sees it all the way. Claire McDonald with a good save. Battle along the boards. Waterloo comes out with it. And we're going to see a body contact penalty. It looks like to Charlotte McIntyre. Waterloo to the power play, under 2 minutes here in the first. Waterloo to the advantage. Waterloo looking just shy, over the net. Refs want to reset. 4 in, it looks for Waterloo. Might be an Ontario ring here. That'll come out to center for Ontario. Drop to Devin. Devin Elliott passes it into number 5. Michaela with 2 on the day. Look for another one. She's going to cycle around, slow it down. Just high over the crossbar. No reset. 10 on the shot clock for Ella Gobrel. She's got to get a shot off here. Goes in. Gets a reset. Loose ring. 13 almost scores on her own goal. That was Morwood. Trying to give it back to her goalie. That was a bit of an aggressive pass. Lucky McDonald makes the save. Ainsley Pickett out to center. Shula picks it off for Ontario. That's going to be deep for Ella Gobrel. Ella McDonald with an insane save. Tremendous save by the goalie. Reached way over to her side for that one. Shula gets the reset. 30 seconds left in the period. 35 on the penalty to Charlotte McIntyre. That's Shula to McKenzie. Back to Shula. Shula looking to cut in. No lane. Drops to Devin Elliott. Devin's going to cycle. That's a drop. That's a reset. 10 seconds on the clock. McKenzie out front. Shoots. McDonald with a great save right there. Sees it all the way. That'll be the end of one. Very first intense period here, tied at 2. 4 seconds left to the penalty to McIntyre. Don't change the channel, folks. We have exciting ring out here all day, all week. Certainly to provide you all the entertainment you need. Again, just a shout out to our sponsors for the week. Again, McNally Jewelry, LLP, Athena Gatorade, Surgeoner, Hertz, and Dom Sports. Thanks for helping us out with Ringette this week. Appreciate the support of you guys and the fans alike. If you haven't checked out Ringette and you're in the Ottawa area, come on out, check it out. If you're not familiar with it, that's okay. We're a very friendly group. Tied here at 2, start of the second period. Coach is giving directions to both teams. We're just getting underway here. Ontario will start with the ring. Charlotte will come out of the box in 4 seconds. Isabel Baker dropped to Shula. Shula look for an entry. Up to Riddell. Riddell's going to cross the ice. He's got speed, but no lane. So she'll cycle behind. The penalty's over now, so we're back to 5-on-5. That's a drop to Emmy Allen, cross ice. Waterloo picks that one off at the ringette line and gets it right out. But she's surrounded by players. There's going to be a penalty here. A tripping call. It looks like it's going to go against Waterloo. At the red line. Can't quite see who the player is, but it's tripping to Waterloo. Ontario with the free zone offensive free ring. Oh, it looks like it's going to be 1 to each side, actually. So we'll do 4-on-4. My apologies, I missed that one. It's a penalty each. So for Ontario, it's Charlotte McIntyre. I can't quite see who the other player is. That was a drop pass by Shula. Good backhand by Emmy Allen. Waterloo picks that off, comes out to center. That's a pass cross side to Riddell. Riddell with a great stab. That's up to Isabel Baker. Back to Riddell. Riddell gets a shot. Claire McDonald with the easy save, sees it all the way. Ontario doing a good job of getting that shot clock down for Waterloo. They've got 8 seconds still sitting at center ice. So they're gonna run out of time here. That'll be a goalie ring for Ontario. They're gonna give that at center ice actually. That won't even be a goalie ring. They never made it to the offensive zone. A good job by Ontario to stuff that neutral zone. Still tied at 2, under a minute on both penalties. For side. That's Nia Carty dropping it back to Maddie Emery, back to Nia. Nia's going to skate in. She's going to drop it to Michaela, looks like. Michaela Carbonetti looking for another one. She's got 2 on the day. She hits the outside. They get the reset, so she's going to cycle, look for a new lane. There's a drop pass to, it looks like Ella Gobro. Ella back to Michaela. Michaela looking just off the outside of the crossbar. Hits the net. Ontario maintains possession. Just over 2 minutes here in the second period. We're still tied at 2. 13 seconds left on the 2 penalties, 1 to each side. So still 4-on-4, another 13 seconds. It's going to be Ruby Barton on the ring. Over to Avery Shula. Avery cycling around. That's a drop pass to Mackenzie Miller. No lane for Mackenzie. 15 on the shot clock. That's a drop pass to Avery Shula. Avery's got a lane. She's got a shot. McDonald with the save. She's right there. Penalties are over, so we're back to 5-on-5. Mackenzie Miller with a good pressure on the offense. Disrupt that goalie ring. Good bounce for Waterloo. They're on the offense with a bit of speed. That's high over the net and into the netting. That'll be an Ontario ring. So Ontario with the defensive zone free ring. Nia on the ring. That's going to be right up to Shula, right in the neutral zone. Right up to Mackenzie Miller, who dives and makes a good stab. McDonald with a great save. On a great shot by Miller. That's going to be goalie ring. Battle along the boards. That's going to be a tripping call to Miller on Ontario. Miller going to the box for tripping. Coming up to the 4-minute mark of the second period here. Still tied at 2. Waterloo going to the power play. The man advantage. Doesn't affect the offense, as both teams can just outside on the crossbar for Waterloo. Ava with a good save there. That goes wide to the outside for Ontario, up to the neutral zone. They're going to give that one back to Waterloo, as the player was almost on the ring. That's Ainsley Pickett on the ring for Waterloo. Drops it to her partner. Back to Ainsley. She's going to cycle. Looking for her partner. That's a drop pass. Another drop pass to Waterloo. That's Lorenz cycling, looking for a shot. Great save by Thompson. Devin picks up the loose ring, over to her partner, Aiden Cahill on the far side. That's going to be up to Emmy Allen. Close to a carryover. Riddell gets taken down by the Waterloo player, so we're going to see a Waterloo play here. Penalty here, tripping call against Waterloo. So we'll do 4 aside for 53 seconds. What's remaining on the Miller penalty. And then Ontario to the advantage for 1:07. Michaela on the free ring. She's going to shoot just over the crossbar. That's a drop pass for Maddie Emery. Gets stick checked. Just wide on the loose ring. Maddie picks it up. 15 on the shot clock. Maddie drops to Michaela. No lane though, that's wide. She shoots, no reset. 4 seconds on the clock. Just over the net, doesn't hit it. Goalie ring for Waterloo. Missed pass. Michaela picks it up. Cross ice pass to Maddie Emery. The penalty is over to Ontario, so they're going to go to the power play here for a short time. Maddie Emery shoots and scores off the glove of McDonald. It goes right in the net. And that'll technically be a power play goal. So the Waterloo player will come out of the box. But that'll give Ontario a 3-2 lead as we near the end of the second period. That's Waterloo on the offense. That's going to be Gondok skating with the ring, looking for a partner. Intended drop pass for Dench. Ontario picks it up. That's going to be Natalie Smith up the center. Intended for Ella. Bit of a break here for Waterloo. Good stick work by the defense by Ella. Nia's got to fight for it. Loose ring. Tough to stab those bouncers. Good patience by Devin Elliott at the ringette line, but gets her stick checked. Both teams battling extremely hard here. Ontario played earlier today, so they're exhausted it seems. We're going to give that to goalie ring, Ontario goalie ring. And we might see a penalty here. We saw the motion for a penalty from the ref. So we might in fact see a penalty after the play, after the whistle. The ref just explaining to the Waterloo coach what's going on. And indeed, we will see a penalty to Waterloo. It looked like a cross-checking penalty signal. There indeed it is. So they're going to put a player in the box. And that looks like Nicole Gondach, number 6, going to the box from this angle. So 3 minutes left in the second period here. Ontario going to the player advantage, the skater advantage, 5-on-4. Devin Elliott on the ring. Uses their defensive partner, Hayden Cahill. That was intended for Emmy Allen, but just a bit hard and wide. Picked up by Waterloo in the neutral zone. But a missed pass. That's Ontario. That's Avery Shula with the ring. Ontario picks it up. Cross ice pass back to Hayden. Hayden up to her partner. That was intended for Riddell. Riddell strips. Good stick work by Riddell. Up to Hayden on the offense. Hayden can skate and get a shot. Hayden scores! Hayden Cahill throws it hard on the ice. That's her first goal of the season, folks. Nepean Ravens, Team Ontario, I've been waiting for that moment all year. That's why there's such a huge celebration there, folks. That is Hayden's first of the year. Incredible goal, incredible patience. Puts it on net and finds its way into the back, giving Team Ontario a 4-2 lead. Everybody on the bench very excited for that one. She should be very proud of that one. She worked extremely hard, giving Ontario a 4-2 lead as we near the end of the second here. That was Charlotte up to Devin, up to Michaela. She's going to go deep for Maddie Emery. Maddie's going to cycle. Maddie drops it for Ella. Ella's going to get a shot right on. Claire McDonald with the save. Claire not sure where to go. Goes wide to her defensive partner. Trouble with the ring. Gets kicked around a bit. It looks like Mackenzie Miller may pick that one up. Sorry, that's Charlotte McIntyre picking it up to center. Waterloo looking to respond. That's Ward. Ward, backhand in. Peyton Ward takes it herself. Scoots around all the defense. Brings Waterloo within one. Dangerous player. Ward, very, very good player. Kudos to her. She worked really hard for that one. That's going to be up for Ontario into the offensive zone. Intended for Mackenzie Miller. Looks like Emmy Allen picks that one up. Or sorry, that's going to be Avery Shula creeping in. Avery Shula just high over the net. Mackenzie picks up the loose rebound. Under a minute here until the end of the second period. .20 on the shot clock for Ontario. Avery looking for a lane. Good pressure for the Waterloo defense, not letting her get in there. She'll cycle. No reset. Comes out. 4 on the shot clock for Ontario. Oh, they gave a reset. Because Waterloo tried to play it out and they touched it. Ontario picks up the loose ring. That's going to be Shula picking it up, getting it over to, can't see who that is, Mackenzie Miller in front of the net. 10 on the shot clock, 10 on the game clock. They're going to go 4 in here as we near the end of the second period, up to half, just under 3 seconds left. Be a Waterloo ring, and it looks like a penalty to Waterloo as well as we near the end of the second. Missed that call. So that'll be it to halftime. After 2, it's 4-3 Ontario. Very exciting match so far. Both teams pressing very hard to keep this game close. We'll pause here at halftime for a few minutes. Again, we'll do a shout out to our sponsors, as we love to do. Ringjet, thank you. NAMI, Annabelle, ISI Live for helping broadcast this all week long. Auger Hollingsworth, personal injury lawyers. David Hollingsworth, professional court. And Melcat Consulting. Thanks to all our sponsors throughout the week. We really appreciate it. And if you're watching, don't go anywhere. Still 2 more periods of exciting ringette to play. The break is over, folks. Waterloo going to start with the ring. A near full penalty to serve, 1 minute and 58 on the Waterloo penalty. Waterloo in the neutral zone, trying to find an entryway. Cross ice to the defensive partner, trying to sneak it in the middle. That's up to Maddie Emery, overskates it. Kicks it out to herself. Out to Riddell in the offensive zone inside the ringette line. Riddell, good shot by, I can't quite see who that is. That might have been Emmy Allen with a shot right on, but McDonald with a great save. Riddell picks up the loose ring behind the net, has Emmy Allen. Back to Riddell. Riddell shoots just high over the net. No reset, 20 on the clock. Maddie Emery going for a line change. That's Michaela, look for number 3. High into the netting. Gets her stick checked. Waterloo under a lot of pressure, good pressure from the forwards. That's Ward, number 8, cycling with the ring. Coming out with speed, tremendous player. Up to her partner. That was De Jong up there. Michaela with the ring again, Michaela Carbonetti. 20 seconds left on the penalty to Waterloo. That's a drop to Ruby, Carbonetti for a line change. Ruby Barton cycling. That's a drop to McKenzie. Across the center for Miller. McKenzie has no lane to shoot. 10 on the shot clock. Intended for Ruby, but Ruby's going for a line change. Shula picks up the ring. There it is. Just wide. Mackenzie Miller gets her stick check. Had a wide open net. Shula and Ella. That's back to Mackenzie. 20 on the shot clock. Over to Riddell. Riddell shoots right on McDonald with a great save. There's a tumble. There'll be a penalty to come into Waterloo on that takedown to Miller right in front here. That's Shula cycling with the ring, waiting for the goalie to come off. They want to go 4 in. That's down to Riddell. Ontario 4 in now. The goalie's out. That's to Michaela. Back to Riddell. On the delayed penalty. Waterloo picks it off at the ringette line. That's boarding call against Waterloo. So that'll be an offensive zone free ring for Ontario. Can't quite see who the player is there. 3 minutes into the third period, 4-3 Ontario. Ontario look to capitalize on the Waterloo penalty. Emmy Allen on the ring. Drops to Michaela, cycling. Michaela looking for a pass. That's a pass. Just wide to Maddie Emery. That's a 5-second violation. Goalie can't hold the ring for more than 5 seconds or it's a turnover. So that's what we see. And go back to Ontario. That's Emmy Allen on the ring. Over to Maddie Emery. Drop pass to Emmy Allen. Emmy shoots. Great save, McDonald. Low pad save. Riddell. Gobrel picks up the ring. Cutting across the ringette line. Gobrel does. Loose ring. Great shot. Hard low shot. McDonald's right there. So that's a skate through the crease violation, 5 second. That goes back to Ontario. If the opposing team skates through their own goalie crease, which they did there, so that's why we're seeing the Ontario ring. Minute and 14 left on the penalty to Waterloo. That's Michaela Carbonetti shooting off the defense, deflects high. Ruby picks up the ring. Drop to Avery Shula. Avery's going to cut in low walk. Goes through the crease. It's going to be a goalie ring. Waterloo defense doing an excellent job of preventing that low walk. Loose ring in the ringette line, picked up by McKenzie. Hayden Cahill's picked it up. And it looks like Devin's going to pick it up now. So Devin's going to cycle. Devin's going to find some lane over to Avery Shula. At the ringette line, great shot, Avery. Quick snap. McDonald with a great save. Drops it to Ainsley Piggott. Ainsley's looking for a player. That was intended to Dunch. This goes a bit wide. Turnover. Ontario up to McKenzie on the offense, real quick. That's Miller over to Riddell. McKenzie gets off. Halfway mark here of the third, 4-2 Ontario. 8 on the shot clock. That was intended to be a reset, just went a little bit wide. DeJong comes out with it up to Ward. Just a bit far for her player. McIntyre picks it up for Ontario, cycles it behind. But Ward picks that up. 25 on the shot clock. Waterloo gets a reset. That's Ward with the ring. Great shot, great save by Ava. Backhanded shot by Waterloo, just goes wide, no reset. I believe that's Ward again, cycling. Thompson with a great save, she's right there. Drops to Charlotte, that's up to Michaela. Michaela can't handle the long pass. Riddell misses it, overskates it as well. Ward picks it up on the offense. Good stick work by Charlotte McIntyre. Shot just low and wide by Ward. Charlotte picks it up, gets it out to center to Ruby. Ruby has Ella Gobrel speeding in with speed. Ella scores on the backhand. Great patience by Ella Gobrel. The assist goes to Ruby Barton on that one. Great stabbing, great passing. Ontario takes a 5-3 lead here in the third. Waterloo looking to respond. That's Morwood into the offense for, I believe that's Ward cycling. Sorry, that's Chris. Back to number 4, right on. Thompson with the save, saw it all the way. Up to center for Ruby. Ruby, gentle pass in for Miller. Miller picks it up, cycles with speed. 12 on the shot clock. Miller drop pass to Shula. Shula shoots. McDonald with a great save. That's a 5-second violation on the goalie, so that'll be an Ontario ring. 2.5 minutes to go in the third. 5-3 Ontario. Shula on the ring for Ontario. Just high and over the net. Sorry, that was Emmy Allen on the ring. Just high over the net. We're going to see a tripping call here to Waterloo. That's going to be tripping on Ryla Dunch. 2 minutes. 2:16 remaining in the third. Waterloo hoping they can kill this off, not let Ontario score as we close in the end of the third. Both teams talking strategy here. Refs are giving an explanation to the coach of Waterloo. Refs are satisfied, coach is satisfied. Shula on the ring, shoots off the glove of McDonald. Emmy Allen picks that up. Emmy cycling, that's cross to Shula. Shula just off the side of the net. No reset. Allen looking to go high. Ward picks up the loose ring. She's going to cycle behind, get some speed. Looking to get that ring out of the zone. She does. Shula dumps it back in for her partner. That's going to be Hayden Cahill. Hayden cycling, drops it back to her partner. Number 8, Riddell. Number 4, Maddie Emery. 7 on the shot clock. Emmy Allen going to have to shoot here. We're running down on the shot. We'll see a shot here. Good opportunity for Emery right out front. Doesn't get the shot off. McDonald's right there. We'll see a penalty to Ontario here to Michaela Carbonetti. It looks like 4 minutes for hitting from behind. So Carbonetti going to go to the box. So we'll go 4 skaters aside for the next 53 seconds. The Waterloo player will come out of the box. It's Amara in the ring for Waterloo. Pass to her partner. That's going to be Ward, back to Amara. Cross ice to her partner over there. Good stab by Lorenz. Hello Gobro fighting, picking up the loose ring. The ring is bouncing. Hard to stab that ring. That looks like it's Ward skating hard. He's got no lane. That's going to be a shot clock violation. It's going to be a goalie ring. 5-3 Ontario. 38 seconds left here in the third period. Refs doing some more maintenance work on the net, on the moorings. If you were here at the start of the game, we had a bit of an issue there, so they're just maintaining that as we go. Looks like those moorings don't sit deep enough, so the refs are just fixing that, and it looks like they've done a fine job with that today. So Ontario started with the ring. 35 seconds left till the end of the third. That's up to Matty Emery. That's a drop pass back to, can't quite see that, Devin Elliott over to Hayden Cahill. That's into Matty Emery. Coming down to the end of the third here. 15 seconds left. Matty has a shot. Great save by McDonald. Waterloo hoping to turn this around fast. 3 seconds. Great shot, great save by Thompson to end the period. That'll bring the third period to a close. Ontario up 5-3. Just under 3 minutes left on the penalty to Carbonetti. Technical major, cross-checking, so there's 2:51 left in that penalty. Again, shout out to our event sponsors again. Government of Canada, Gatorade, Athena Ringette, and Ringjet. If you haven't come by the rink here in Ottawa, we suggest you do. If you're local, come on by for a visit. Lots of exciting ringette to be seen all week long. We've got a full schedule tomorrow, and then we'll have more games Thursday and more games Friday, and then we'll have championships on Saturday. All right, our short break's over. We're going to start the fourth here. Ontario up 5-3. We'll be short-handed for 2 minutes 51 seconds. As Carbonetti serves out her technical. Ontario hoping to make sure that Waterloo doesn't capitalize. Waterloo hoping they can capitalize a couple. That's Shula skating around. Shula running out of real estate. Gets it over to Emery. Sorry, that's Mackenzie Miller, who banks it off the goalie pad, low on the ice, and the ring finds its way to the back of the net. On a bounce. We've seen once or twice this weekend so far. That extends Ontario's lead, 6-3. Waterloo looking for answers. That's up to Ward. Ward is cycling. Looking for a partner down low. Right out front. Great save, Ava McDonald. Ava Thompson. Duffy Lazari picks that up. It's a fight, loose ring. Miacardi picks that up. Up to center to Mackenzie Miller. Mackenzie has Avery Shula going in with a bit of speed. Shula with the backhand just high over the net. 15 seconds on the shot clock. That's a drop for Riddell. Ontario doing a line change. Up to center. Duffy Lazari. Looking for an entry, they find it. That's up to Hunt. Hunt's gonna drop it to Ward. Waterloo's pulled the goalie. They're looking for 4 in, and they score. Duffy Lazari back to the net. That's a great shot by Duffy Lazari. Makes it 6-4. Still 1 minute and 4 seconds left on the penalty to Ontario. Looks like we're going to see a timeout call here by somebody. Looks like Ontario wants a timeout. It looks like Ontario is also getting another 4-minute major. Unsure why. I must have missed out. Apologies. I didn't see what the call was. But that's going to be Riddell going to the box. For a 4-minute major. So Ontario down to 3. It's a 5-on-3 here for at least a minute. Ontario looking to maintain possession here for as long as they can. Battling hard, that's Emmy Allen battling hard. They dump it in. That's Ainsley Pickett on the ring. She hustled back for it, up to center. 26 seconds left on the first major. We have another delayed penalty to Ontario here. High shot just over the net. 8 seconds left on the first major. Great save by Thompson. Loose ring. Refs blow the whistle. Emmy Allen going to the box. For 2 minutes, her penalty won't start until the first one's over, which is in 3 seconds. So Ontario 5-on-3 for a little bit of time here. Or sorry, Waterloo with a 5-on-3. So 2 in the defensive zone. So 3 seconds here, the first penalty will be out. The next one starts. Waterloo moving the ring very well at the top. Ward just goes high off the crossbar. Ring comes off the moorings. Duffy Lazari down low here. Again, refs working on the nets. That's Natalie Smith and Devin Elliott on D. Duffy Lazari up to Ward. Ward at the top of the circle. Drop pass. Great save, Ava. Oh, off the post, wide open net. Waterloo with a great opportunity, but it hits the post. That's Ward at the top of the circle. That's a draw pass. Again, hits the post. Loose ring. Finds its way into the back. That's Ryla Dunch. Buries it. Makes this 6-5. 6:23 left in the fourth. The ref's explaining to the scorekeeper who comes out. One player does come out. Waterloo still on the power play. As there's a major still on the board, 2 minutes and 10 seconds, so it's still 5-on-4 for 2 more minutes. Ontario just dumps it down, hoping Riddell will get that. Another penalty coming to Ontario. That's another penalty to number 5, tripping from Michaela Carbonetti. Ontario going right back to the box. So again, another 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 44. Great save by Ava. Great shot by Ward, I believe that was. That's Duffy Lazari down low, up to Ward, top of the circle. Lazari buries it. Six. 5.5 to go in the fourth period. A tie game, folks. Don't change the channel. Exciting ring out here for the next 6 minutes. It is still a power play for Waterloo. That's going to be up to Avery Shula along the boards. We're going to see a penalty to Waterloo on tripping against Shula. That's across over to Mackenzie Miller. Looks like to Nia Carty. Across the top. We're going to see a penalty here to Waterloo, tripping. Didn't quite see who the player was, but 2 minutes for tripping against Waterloo. We do 4-on-4 here for 55 seconds. And Ontario will go to 1 minute and 5 second man advantage. That's Mackenzie Miller over to Avery Shula. Back to Avery, back to Mackenzie. Drop pass to Devin Elliott. Devin's there. Drop pass to Avery. 8 on the shot clock for Ontario. Avery shoots, just on the outside, gets the reset. Gives Ontario the reset. Over to Mackenzie Miller. Mackenzie looking for a shot, just goes wide. Actually make a great save by McDonald. Low pad save Waterloo up to center, pretty fast, up to the neutral zone. That's Ward. Penalties over to Ontario, so they're going to have a short power play here. 5 on 4. That's Ward cycling, drop pass to Duffy Lazari. That's Ward again. Nia Carty picks up the loose ring over to her partner. Devin Elliott out to center. That was intended for Maddie Emery. Picked off by Waterloo in the neutral zone. Devin Elliott's going to pick up the loose ring. Ontario on the little power play here, 30 seconds in. Pass goes deep. Ella Gobro fighting for it. Ella comes out with it. Ella looking for a lane. She slows it down. Ella gets checked off. Waterloo picks it off. That's going to be Ward picking that up. Ward up to center. Doesn't see her pass. Up the middle to number 5. Maddie Emery's going to pick that up. That's going to be 4 in against Ontario. That's going to be a Waterloo ring. 3 minutes to go here, folks. 4th period, we're tied at 6. This is essentially the first place team in Ontario versus the 4th place team in a tie game late in the 4th period. Both teams pushing very hard. That's Lorenz with the ring. Shot almost makes its way through. Up to Michaela. Michaela tumbles. Gets it over to her partner. That's going to be, I believe that's Natalie. Natalie over to Mackenzie on the offense. Mackenzie cycling. Drops it to Avery Shula. Good save by McDonald on the low pad save. That's up to center. Devin Elliott looking for a pass, looking for an outlet. Finds Hayden. Hayden's going to cycle in. 2 minutes to go. That's a drop pass to Michaela Carbonetti. 4 in on Ontario. That's going to be a Waterloo ring. Tie game here, folks. 1:54 left in the 4th. That's going to be a center ice free ring for Waterloo. That's down low to Ward. Ward drops it for Dunch. She's cycling. Duffy Lazari's sitting in front. 5 on the shot clock. Thompson with a good save. That's out to Devin Elliott. She's got to skate it out. She does. Up to Emmy Allen. That's going to be Mackenzie Miller picking up the offensive zone ring. That's a drop to Emmy Allen. Emmy shoots. Good save by McDonald. 1 minute to go. 4th period tie game. That's Shula. 20 on the shot clock. Shula just goes high over the net. No reset. Waterloo out to their partner. Up to Ward at center. Ward picks up the loose ring on the offense, 30 seconds to go. Cross ice pass had an open net. Just missed by Lorenz. Goalie ring, 20 seconds to go. That's a toss to Devin Elliott. If we have to, we'll go to overtime here for 10 minutes. After overtime, the game will remain tied. Loose ring in the zone. Waterloo comes up with it. 5 seconds to go. Looks like we're going to go to overtime, folks. Don't change the channel. We'll do a short break here. And we'll go to period number 5. The refs and the captains doing coin flip. It looks like Ontario wins the coin flip, so they're going to take possession first in overtime. Ontario with a 6-4 lead at one point. Spent a lot of time in the box in the third and the fourth. Waterloo making no mistake, getting themselves back into this game and forcing overtime. We're almost ready to go here. Fans are excited. Fans are ready to go. Both teams ready to go. Ontario going to start with the ring as they win the coin toss. That's going to be Natalie on the ring with Emmy Allen behind her. Drop pass to Isabel Baker. She's going to look. She's going to look. Isabel up for Riddell. Riddell in with speed. Looks like that's a drop to Shula, drop to Miller. Miller back to Shula. Shula shoots just wide, looking for the far side. 5 on the shot clock. Miller has to throw it on. That's a 5-second violation for Waterloo, so that'll come back to Ontario. Ontario doing a line change. Ella, Maddie, and Michaela getting on the ice, on the offense. Ella has Michaela with her. Michaela cycling, looking for options. He's going to drop it to Ella. Ella's going to cycle. Drop pass. Maddie steps on the ring, so that's going to be a goalie ring for Waterloo. Michaela picks it up. Michaela shoots, scores! Picks up the goalie toss, goes top corner, and ends the game a minute into overtime for Ontario. The goalie tosses the ring up and gets bat down by Michaela, who nets her third of the game to finish this game. Making a 7-6 final for Team Ontario over Waterloo. An unexpected turn of events right in front of the goalie. Did not see that coming. This game has been full of excitement, folks. If If you don't love ring it after this, I don't know what it is. But we're seeing action like this all week. If you're in Ottawa, be sure to stop by. Great entertainment. Great effort by both teams. They should both be very proud. Waterloo should be very proud of this game. I think Ontario did not expect it to be that close. Both teams should be very proud of themselves today. The level of excitement we've seen here tonight is second to none, folks. Again, thanks to all our sponsors. Thanks for watching. A lot more action to come throughout the week, so stay tuned, stay on the channel. And I'm signing off. Thanks very much.